The amazing Digital Circus was a place where days were filled with magic, and nights were full of mysteries. Pomni, an ordinary girl, was amazed by the beauty and incredible abilities of this world, meeting 5 mysterious characters there: Ragatu, Gangle, Coralier, Zubble, and Jex. Pomni was bewildered but kind and empathetic. Each of them had their own story and secret to uncover. Pomni was one of the most curious residents of the circus. She loved to explore every corner of this world, full of puzzles and mysteries. One day, during her explorations, Pomni came across a strange device that turned out to be forbidden. But her curiosity got the better of her, and she decided to activate it. Suddenly, a portal opened before her, and she found herself in another world. This world she found herself in was very gray and devoid of colors. Everything around her was cold and devoid of emotions, except for a pain in her chest that seemed to squeeze tears from her eyes, and only they had color in this gray world. This adventure of a girl who miraculously appeared in the amazing Digital Circus, and after trying to escape from it, found herself in a more interesting place where no one answered anything, made her not despair and keep her spirits up in her attempts to escape even from here. Pomni realized that to escape from this place, she needed to color it, and tears would be the key. Sitting on the porch of an old house, in front of which opens a picturesque lake, Pomni remembered her friends from the amazing Digital Circus. She remembered how Ragatu always cheered her up and believed in her, how Gangle did everything possible to lift her spirits, how Coralier and Zubble were always there, ready to help, and how Jex, though playful and sometimes even a little cruel, was always faithful to his friends. These memories gave Pomni strength and determination. She got up from the porch and headed towards the lake. Tears streaming from her eyes began to glow with bright colors, painting the gray world around her. She cried not out of fear or pain, but out of determination and hope for freedom. As Pomni approached the lake, the water began to ripple and emit light. She stepped onto the shore and saw how the water turned into a portal back to the amazing Digital Circus. Pomni walked through the portal and found herself at home. Upon awakening, she realized that she was handcuffed, and her friends were looking at her with fear. "What's happening?" Pomni nervously looked at her friends and exclaimed. Ragatu, Gangle, Coralier, Zubble, and Jex stood before her, their faces expressing a mix of surprise, fear, and concern. "Pomni, you've returned," Ragatu whispered, a mix of joy and worry reflected on his face. "What happened? Why am I handcuffed?" Pomni asked, feeling fear starting to take hold of her. "While you were in another world, you behaved like you were possessed. You attacked all of us, unable to distinguish between friends and enemies," Jex struggled to say, his voice sounding accusing. "We didn't know what to do. We were afraid you would harm us," Zubble added, her voice sounding regretful. Pomni was shocked. She didn't remember her behavior in the other world and couldn't explain why it was so aggressive. She understood that her friends had done this for her safety, but it didn't ease her feelings of guilt and shame. "Forgive me," she whispered, barely holding back her tears. If you enjoyed the video, please like and leave a comment on how you liked the story.